I don't know. Hopefully that's fixed. Hopefully that's fixed. Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Okay, how's everyone doing tonight? Had a little bit of a little mishap there going live, and Windows decided to try and update, and I canceled the update, and it kind of screwed up a bunch of stuff. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay. But it's Saturday night, and I feel all right. So we'll just kind of roll with it, and hopefully I randomly just don't disappear. So how's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Yeah, I haven't turned this computer off in a while. So it's probably like, hey, there's like, you might want to update Windows. So it's like, okay, well, I'll do it after stream. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing tonight? Windows will not be canceled. Cancel Windows. Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. Beginning of the stream, housekeeping. Hopefully things look a little bit better. I bought a new toy. I bought a couple new toys. Where is it? So first off, hopefully the stream itself looks a little bit clearer. For the longest time, I ran a kit lens on this camera. This is an A5100. For those that don't know, I'm using an A5100. And I ran the kit lens for the longest time. And then a couple months back, I switched to a 24mm Tamron. It's a good lens. I actually use that in the videos now. I use it on my A6400 for the videos, which if you saw today's video, a lot of people like the quality. So I'm using it on here, but I found it was a little too close. I wanted something a little bit wider. So obviously I'm not running the kit lens. I'm not running the 24. We've gone ahead and I spent a little bit, and I picked up a Sigma. So right now you're watching me on it's an A5100 with a Sigma 16. So it's a nice widescreen field of view. The autofocus is nice and consistent. It's not jumpy like the Tamron was, so I had to fix the lens, which means if I ever wanted to hold anything up to the camera, like, oh hey, look at this board, I would have to manually focus it, and now it just autofocuses, and it's not all jumpy around. I like it. So that was one of the big purchases for the room. I upgraded my UPS, so I got a 1500 versus 1000 UPS, and then instead of running an extension cable across the room to power printers, I got a power bar. But I haven't put that in yet, so I'm still running the power cable across the room. So yeah. So that a little overexposed. Let me play with that. Let me drop that a little bit. How's that look? Drop the exposure a bit. How's that look? A little bit better? Yeah, I still got to play around with the settings and whatnot. But blowing up the highlights. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably the overhead light here. Let me turn you down. Because with the Sigma, it's got better glass, right? So it's letting more light in. So I dropped the key light. I don't know. Good enough. Whatever. I'm going bald. I know. You don't need to remind me. So yeah. So where we are at today? Where are we all at today? We are doing the penultimate Trident stream. Penultimate is second to last. So we are at the point now where we can install the bed. The manual called out for installing the bed earlier, but the bed is heavy, and I didn't want to flip it around a bunch of times with the bed installed. So while we were doing things like electrical, it's a lot easier to move it around without, a giant chunk of aluminum in it. But now comes the time where we install the giant chunk of aluminum. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put the bed in. We are going to... What are we doing? We're installing the bed. We're going to be doing our initial configuration verifications. Make sure, our XYZ movements are correct. Make sure it homes. Make sure it does the whole gantry tram fun stuff. And then we'll do a little bit of input shaper, a little bit of pressure advance, and yeah. So as always, if you have any questions during the stream, feel free to ask them. And I think I got the music going already, so we'll get started. So where are we at? We're gonna need the drag chain. I printed the rest of the skirt and the stuff for the back panel. So I did put the bed together off stream, okay? So the bed is already assembled. One thing I did not do was I did not put a bead of gasket sealant around it. Now, I do have gasket sealant. Most of my printers that I've built over the past 2 years, I run a bead of gasket sealant around the heater. Just a little bit of extra security. It uses 468 MP adhesive to hold it on. As long as you don't exceed about 120 Celsius, it should hold on just fine. The bed in V226 here is, this printer is almost 4 years old now, and the heater's just stuck on with the adhesive, and that's it. And it's it hasn't fallen yet, and that printer's got like 10,000 plus hours on it easily. So this is a kit build. Again, this is a fysetc kit build. I'm using everything that they sent me. They didn't send me any gasket sealant, so we're not going to use it. And twofold. One, if it fails, you know, it probably won't fail, you know, anytime soon. But if it does fail, that's something to note about the kit. And two, if I don't like the heater, it's easier to peel off and put on a proper Kenobo one without gasket sealant all around it. So where did I put the little standoffs? So if you're wondering how the beds go together, I have a video on my channel already how to do that. So I'm not gonna, I didn't do it on stream because I have a full dedicated video on how to do it. So yeah. And then what else? Oh yeah, shout out to MN Laser Cutting, link in the description. They did the backup panels because again, the kit came with panels that weren't correct. So let's put this guy in. Now the kit does come with a fuse. It did come with a fuse. I have the fuse right here, but the kit didn't come with anything to install the fuse. Now, obviously, it's not rocket appliances how to wire one of these in, but it didn't come with any of the proper tools to crimp it in. So we're gonna have to fiddle something out. I really hate those, the crappy elastics that they use on all these. They always disintegrate. I can never get them off either properly. So, two things we need to add. We need to add ourselves a ground, and that will protect us if things decide to go all sideways. So, this came with the cable. It's yellow. It's 16 gauge. It is, I don't know what kind of wire, but this is the ground wire. So for grounding the bed, because the bed is attached to mains voltage, you want to ground your bed. You don't want your bed to, you know, short yourself out. That would be a bad thing. So grounding the bed's easy. You attach a wire to it with like a washer and a nut or a screw, and then you screw it to the bed. That's it. And then you connect the other end to your power supply, which is grounded because you wired it correctly and you use a proper inlet that has a ground on it. And then once you're all grounded, you're all grounded. 3 washers. Where are my M3 washers? M3 washers. I'm at the point now in the build where I'm pretty sure I misplaced some bags of stuff and I'm too lazy to look for them under my pile of completely properly organized things, so I'm just pulling out of stock. Yellow's a strange color for ground. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in Canada, so I kind of mostly know North American standards for wiring and whatnot. So I'm assuming there's a little bit of difference in the different countries because, you know, one, this is a China kit. Okay. And two, I don't know too. So the fuse. So the thing with the fuse, okay, the thermal fuse. You've got two wires, well, two sets of wires that come off your bed, okay? Let's see, can I get overhead view on this guy? There we go. So you got two sets of wires that come off the bed, okay? You got some thin wires. That's your thermistor. That's your bed heater, okay? And then you got two big chunky wires. Now, they have them labeled with a blue and a red. These don't matter. The bed is just a giant resistor. All heaters are just giant resistors for the most part. So there is no positive or negative. But you are going to have voltage in, voltage out. Voltage in, you want to put the fuse on, okay? Because that's where you want it to stop. You want bad stuff, or you want the voltage to stop going in if something bad happens. So what you do is you cut this wire, you splice in your fuse, and you attach the fuse. You can either attach it to the heater using RTV, or they have a spot here on the bed. Now, I would have liked to see this hole closer. Aluminum is a pretty good transfer of heat, but basically you're hoping that this hits the temperature of 125, because it's a 125 fuse, before this overheats to the point where it fails, the adhesive fails. Because if this falls off, your bed's not going to heat up anymore, and this fuse ain't going to do diddly. You want this fuse, if it does pop, to stay popped. The last thing you want is a resettable fuse on something like this. Because what can happen is, you know, your printer is 100% reliable, right? You run prints, 20-hour prints, 30-hour prints all the time, and you've never had an issue. So, you know, you wake up one morning, you get a print started, and you head off to work. Because, you know, printers aren't going to pay for themselves, right? So you head off to work, and your SSR, which is that you got it on AliExpress on the 11/11 sale, it decided to die, and it failed open. And when it fails open, it's just a fire hose of electrons. So all that power is rushing to your bed, and you got a resettable fuse. So what's going to happen? It's going to heat up to the point it fails. It'll turn off, and then it'll cool back down. And then it'll heat back up to the point it fails, and then it'll cool back down. It'll just keep heat cycling until you either come home or, you know, the adhesive fails, and then you're going to have a bad time. So you want it to die, okay? If you come home and your bed's cold and it's supposed to be on and you got a thermal runaway and your fuse is popped, you want to manually fix it because something went wrong and you don't want it accidentally restarted. So, yeah. Which is better, RTVing it to the pad or the bed? Some people don't like RTVing it because there's a chance it could, you know, fall off, and the RTV itself acts like a little bit of an insulator, but you know for sure this is attached to the heater. So even if the heater falls off, it'll still read the temperature and eventually it'll heat up to the fail point and shut down. I've done both. What you could do if you're really worried is attach to the bed right next to your heater pad and then just cover the whole thing with RTV. So it's RTV to the heater and the bed, and it's attached to the bed. So, yeah. So we are going to have to do some finagling here. Now, what I'm hoping is I have some butts connectors, because I really don't want to have to go through and... You shouldn't... You technically can, because there are solder connections in mains voltages. But when it comes to mains voltage, you kind of want to use solid connections. You don't really want to solder. That's something that I've been told by a million people, so I'm just going to keep repeating it. But it has to do with heat, I believe. And then also, when you are attaching this, if you have some sort of thermal compound, you can use that as well between the fuse and the bed. So make sure it's nice and clean. I'm using, this isn't Cryonaut. This is, I don't know, some random thermal compound that came with a CPU I bought years ago. And that just helps with the transmission of heat. Now, I think I have some butts connectors. Let me check. Nope. You know what? I think that's the box of connectors that fell. So what do we have for solid connectors? Because I could... microfits. Microfits aren't the right one. So I used to have a nice box of connectors, and I'm pretty sure they're the ones that I had fall on the ground, and instead of picking them up, I just threw them all in the garbage because I don't use these that often. I'll just buy new ones. And then I forgot to buy new ones. So I think that's the kind of situation I'm in right now. Let me go dig. Nope, nope, nope. 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 So I used to have some butts connectors. Butts connectors are basically like a tube that you put the wire in both ends and you crimp it, and it makes a solid connection. But I'm trying to find where I put them. Because the other option I have, and what I'm probably going to do because I'm too lazy to look right now, is I just have this terminal right here. So what I can do is just use the terminal. So that'll be a solid connection. As long as you have a solid connection, you should be okay. So let's move that around there. A Wago. You know what? It came with a Wago. I have a Wago. I think the kit came with a Wago. So let's just use the Wago because it came with a Wago. And I like saying Wago. Wago. You know the Wago is actually supposed to be for the fans under the hood, but we can figure out a better thing. Yeah, so I have a Wago. I've never actually used a Wago connector. Yeah, you pull these up. Yeah, we'll just use that. So let me turn it around so we don't have the... People are saying YouTube payday. No, I try to put, you know, what I can back into the channel because I believe in trying to have good quality content. And also, every now and then I look back at those first streams when it was just a C920 with built-in audio, and I cringe. And I don't want to subject you guys to that kind of stuff. I believe you guys deserve better than that type of content, and I'm going to try and give you guys good content. Because this might be my job kind of right now. We'll see. So yeah. We shall see. Where is my little strippers? They're there. Yeah, don't run mains through microfits. Microfits, microfit 3s, don't quote me. I want to say they're good for 3 amps. But, yeah. Uh, 5 amps, 300 or 600 volts. Actually, that's pretty damn good for a microfit. Still, I like my beefy connections for mains. Call me paranoid. But I like beefy connections for mains. Actually, those two the same. 10 gauge on wire. I run 16 gauge for mains, and also 16 gauge to feed the feed the MCU. I know 20 works fine, and I've done 20, but because nowadays you're also hooking up so many other things to the controllers, you're hooking up, you know, Raspberry Pis and NeoPixels and whatnot. I now run a 16 gauge to the MCU itself, and then after that everything's 20 or 24 gauge. Like your fans only need 24. Your heater needs 20 though. I have some quad aught Bach gauge. Wow, that's damn boy. Thick. Yeah, that's some thick wire. The Wago going to be touching the bed? No, it's not going to be touching the bed. It's going to be using the wonderful mounting method called hanging there. And then maybe I'll reinforce it with the structurally sound zip tie. Because, you know, if it's structural for a Prusa, it's structural for a bed, right? Right? Okay, so I'm actually going to flip this around because I am realizing that my wires are on this side and I don't want to run them under the bed. So now I got to move everything. Yay. Put the ground on the other side. It is what it is. Because cable management is important. It doesn't have to just look good or work. It just... wow, I ruined that. It doesn't just have to work. It also has to look good. Thermal paste all over myself. So much fun. So yeah. So also for those following along at home, we are going to start the Lector V0 build. It's a kit from Lector. It's mostly, if I'm not mistaken, it's mostly components that are LDO, but they have a few little add-ons with it. We will be starting that kit build on, I'm hoping, Tuesday. We'll unbox it and we'll start the build. See how far we go on the Tuesday. I'm not sure what time yet. There's quite a bit going on. I'll talk about it at the end of the stream there. But that will be something to look forward to. And then next Saturday, we'll just, depending how far we get tonight, next Saturday will be the after action report on the Trident build. So we'll have the printer up and printing. I'll try and have all the panels on, if not. And we'll go through the print. We'll go through the build. We'll have like basically just a print and chill stream where we hang out and just kind of go over if you guys have any questions about the build, and we'll let it print. So now I got to pop some holes in the bed so that I can put some screws through it. I'm drilling through the magnet, if you're not aware of what I'm doing right now. Because you got to put a screw through the magnet. So the magnet that comes with the kit just is a straight magnet. There's no cutouts. So what I do is I put the magnet on, drill through it, flip it over. So now you know where the holes need to be. And if you have one, a deburring tool. And what you use the deburring tool for is you use it to carve out your screw hole. And if you do it right, it is going to make a bit of a mess. But you should have a nice chamfered hole all the way through. And you won't have like any bits of magnets sticking up. Because I've tried to cut these out myself with like an X-Acto knife. And you always get like the one side where you had to like peel it up where it's sticking up a bit. So I just go in with a deburring tool. And use the deburring tool to clear away the magnet. Now, that's if you have a deburring tool, which honestly you should get one. They're super handy. Really useful if you print with like a brim, or you do any home machining or whatever, and you need to deburr. Go. Are we printing tonight? Hopefully. Once we get the bed on, we'll do a little work in the configuration just to make sure all our X, Y, and Z motion is good. And then we'll do our PID tuning, do some input shaper, do some pressure advance, and then do a print. But I might skip we might just skip that and go right to a print. We'll see. Because here's the thing. I don't like doing input shaper. We might do input shaper next week. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we might do input shaper and pressure advance next week. Simply for the fact that I don't like doing input shaper on a brand new build right after it's built. Input shaper is dependent a lot on things such as belt tension. And on a brand new build, things aren't, as you would say, settled, okay? So you still have, it's a new build. You might have to adjust belt tension after. You might have to play around with a few things. And if you play around with a few things, you're going to have to redo input shaper. So I really don't like doing input shaper on brand new builds. You can do pressure advance, but if you do pressure advance before input shaper, after you do input shaper, you have to redo pressure advance. Deburring tools suck when you break the blade. Yeah, don't cut yourself with a deburring tool. Be careful. Like, I've cut myself with a deburring tool, and everyone who has ever used a deburring tool has probably cut themselves, but be careful. Okay, so now you on. Let's kind of get you started. There we go. Okay. Slide that back. Now we got to make sure our wires are managed, and we're not going to short anything or pinch anything or, you know, anything that would let us have a bad time. We don't want to have bad times. We only want to have good times. Only happy printing here. Only happy prints. And we're going to be adjusting things anyways. But for the initial fit and fitment of everything, just making sure everything's good there. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm putting all 3 screws in, but I'm not tightening them. So I'm letting them float a little bit so I have a little bit of room for adjustment when it comes to getting everything in. And then we got to locate our bed. Because where is our bed? Okay, so everything's in. Screw everything down. And then back off half a turn. So everything's kind of where it should be, but you can still kind of shimmy stuff around, okay? So, how do we locate the bed? How do we locate the bed? Where does the bed go? Because we can move it to the left, right, we can move it front and back. So, your bed location is going to be dictated by one thing. Well, 2 things, okay? Well, 3 things. But the first thing is your Z end stop, okay? There are standoffs. I got little M4 neural nuts in there as standoffs. So, let's get my box of camera holding in position. Okay. There we go. So, see this little pin right here? That is way too high, and I'm going to have to chop it down because that is way too high. That is your end stop, okay? So, you move your gantry all the way to the back. And what I like to do is basically home your machine, okay? So, I've homed this before. What you can do is you just listen until you hear the click. And then it's homed, okay? And you want to make sure that the pin can be reached by the nozzle, okay? So you may have to adjust the position, but you want that pin centered under that nozzle, okay? So if you got to move it front to back, you move it front to back, okay? Right there is good. Screw it tight. Okay. And then the bed position is basically, on a Trident it's kind of different because on the Trident it's a T and you can only go so far back with the bed. But essentially where this pin is at your Y maximum because the nozzle has to reach it. And then you want an air gap of, you know, a couple millimeters, 1 to 2 millimeters. You basically don't want heat from the bed transferring into the pin. And then after that air gap, that's where the back of your bed is, okay? So on a V2, there's more adjustment, but on a Trident, because it's, you know, it's triangular, it's a T-shaped bed or carriage, you can't really slide the bed back, okay? You can kind of adjust the skew of it a bit, but you can't slide it back like on a V2. So on a V2, you want that air gap. On a Trident, you just make sure the pin can reach it at Y max, or the nozzle can reach at Y max, okay? And then bring your nozzle to the front. Okay. Are you still over the bed? Yeah, you're pretty close. So you're going to have to adjust that in firmware. And then move it all the way to one side. See where you're at. Over to the other side. Okay, they're about even. Okay. And then move it all the way to the one side and push the gantry all the way to the back, and keep an eye to make sure that your bed where your nozzle is basically lined up over the same position as the edge of your bed, okay? So as you move it to the back, okay, you basically want to have it go straight back. If your nozzle's moving back like that and your bed's like this, move the bed around so that it's straight, okay? So as long as you basically have the same gap in the front as the back, you're good. You can also check along the front too. And basically you're making sure the bed is kind of square to your motion. You don't want to print, you know, something that's using up your whole bed and it being hanging off the bed because your bed's crooked on the frame, okay? On the different printers, it will matter different amounts. You know, if you're one like me, I like to, if I'm self-sourcing a bed, get an oversized bed. If you need a 300 millimeter bed, get like a 305 or even a 310 if you can. If it's logistically possible. Depends on your market and where you're buying and whatnot. Because extra bed space is just extra bed space. Yeah, you're gonna have, more hanging off the front than the back, because you gotta have the gap in the back for the pin. If you want to get fancy, you can cut a hole for the pin. But it just makes it easier, and then you get more usable print volume. You can use the full print volume. Okay, so we're good there. Let's screw it down so it's nice and tight. And let's do some wire management. Yes, there are bed spacers. The kit came with standoffs, which are M4 knurled nuts. I believe spec is stainless. I forgot to check if these are stainless. Let me find some magnets. I have them in one of these boxes, I believe. They are not stainless because the magnet sticks to them like the dickens. But technically they should be stainless. Basically, you just want to try and minimize heat transfer. Okay. So you can get fancy. People make all kinds of fancy. I'm going to have to move some stuff around. Oh, I'm going to fix that up. Right now it's just going to hang. I'm going to make that look a little bit prettier off stream. But for now, we'll just let that hang. This is my first Trident build for those that don't know, so I may have goofed up some in terms of optimization for location of where to mount things. And where are my little zip ties? I always lose those little zip ties. Where are the little zip ties? Oh, little zip ties. One little zip tie. So we'll use one little zip tie for now, just to kind of hold everything in position. That's not a zip tie, that's a wire. I got some more zip ties that are bigger, but I don't want to use them. So what we have here is our heater, bed heater wire, thermistor, our ground, and then also the Z end stop from the clicky switch, which is way too tall. So I'm gonna see if I have a shorter one in my stock, because I have a bazillion switches. Hey, good old drag chain. That's actually about the right length. Nice. Up. The end piece off. So yeah, right now, the plan is I'm hoping Tuesday. I'm not sure what time. If you're not sure when I'm going to stream, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ring the bell. I'll make an early notification so you'll be notified. Follow me on Twitter at 3DPNero. Links are all in the description. Because on Twitter I'll post more up-to-date stuff. So that's probably your best bet. But I'm hoping Tuesday we'll unbox and start building the V0. That's from the Lecter kit. Lecter is a store in the EU. And parts you can it's optional, but it can get printed parts with it. among with a few other additional things to make it kind of a little bit more of a Gucci kit. And the best part is that kit will be given away. So somebody at some point will be winning a fully assembled V0. You are responsible for your own warranty. If it breaks after I send it to you, I am not a store. I will not be able to, actually service it. So you're kind of on your own, unfortunately, after you get it. But somebody will win one. I like giving away stuff. It's fun. And that giveaway will happen whenever E3D sets up their Sanjay Foundation. Lag? What do you mean lag? A little lag? Did I drop any frames? I didn't drop any frames. Why are people saying lag? Everything's fine on my end. Oh, okay. So the thing is, not everyone watches it live, because it'll happen, like I've done it, where you pause a stream and you hit resume, so you're out of like sync like a couple seconds because you didn't realize you're now out of sync. Because like Twitch, if you pause a Twitch stream and hit resume, it goes back to live. On YouTube, it'll just continue where you paused it from. So what'll happen is somebody will think they're live, but they're like behind, and then they're like, "Oh, lag," and I'm like, "What lag?" And it's like, it was fixed, but people keep saying it's lagging. Okay. Oh, you probably want to see this. Boop. Did I order enough yellow plastic? If I'm not mistaken, and I did played it out, a V-Minion only uses like half to 3/4 of a spool of plastic. It doesn't actually use a lot of plastic in them. I can print all the parts required to build a V-Minion on Tallboy in one go. Like one plate, and it's like 20 hours with a 0.6 nozzle. Which I don't think there's any downside to using a 0.6 nozzle with V-Minion parts. It's not called out anywhere. On a Voron, we call out what, sizes, like we recommend using a 0.4 because everything's designed with that in mind. But on the V-Minion, I couldn't find anything, so recommend ABS. Their part kits come with, if you buy a V-Minion, it comes with PETG parts. If you buy the kit that comes with printed parts. So I, of course, will be using ABS because that is how I roll. Plus, I got some really nice sparkle lemon yellow ABS because it's a minion. And because that's what chat wanted. And as I am one of those YouTube type folks who stream, I have to do what chat wants because chat is a fickle beast. Yeah, we have, let me find it. Where are you at? Is that it? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so I've got pretty much almost a full roll of sparkle lemon yellow ABS. Focus. That's from Sparta 3D. And I'm going to print some accent pieces in some blue. So we'll use some sparkle blue for accent. Because the frame is black, so I can't do a blue and yellow. And then, of course, during the build, if anyone makes any minion jokes, it is an instant permaban. Because, let's be serial, I can't stand minions. As far as I know, sparkle doesn't affect strength. If it did, I'd have issues with that printer, that printer, that printer, that printer, and that printer. Or actually, no, that one doesn't have any sparkle. Oh, and the ERCFA. The ERCFA is all sparkle. So yeah, so I don't think it causes any strength issues. Hopefully. I say that now. Okay, electronics go in your hole. But technically, any additive will affect layer adhesion. Even like carbon fiber, right? If you print with, like, you know, CF nylon, right? Anything that is an additive to a print, plastic sticks to itself, right? You lay down a layer of ABS on top of a layer of ABS, they stick to each other, right? That's how layer adhesion works. That's how I can't, you know, peel apart this Voron cube that's printed in ABS. You know, layer adhesion. Carbon fiber does not stick to carbon fiber. Sparkles do not stick to sparkles. So when you add an additive to your filament, that additive actually decreases layer adhesion for the most part. Laser Danger, thank you for becoming a member. So that's why you don't want to go with like too heavy additive. The original plastic that I printed Toasty with was CF nylon, and I think it was like 20 or even 25% CF. And on top of the creep issues, layer adhesion was a bitch. So I basically printed that really hot to get decent layer adhesion, and I still didn't like it. So right now, it is mostly PC. I think it's PC CF now, or PA12 nylon, but it's only like 10 or 15% CF now. So. So it's a lot more of a pain in the butt to flip this over now. So we have to hook up a few things. So let's, we've got our Z. How did I get these mixed up like that? Okay, whatever. So let's hook up some things. So let's put you over there for now. You go in there. For accent parts on it. Oh, they're fine. My V0 is all sparkle ABS. The Rage Rabbit Carrot Feeder is all sparkle ABS. A lot of Tall Boy is sparkle ABS, and a bunch of other stuff is sparkle ABS. Sparkle ABS is fine. It's only a little bit of sparkle. It's not like it's 20% sparkle. They just add some sparkle. So I wouldn't be too worried. Okay, so we gotta hook up our Z end stop, our bed thermistor, which is over here, I believe. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to manage these, because I don't like the fact that everything is nice and neat, and then these ones come flying over top into everything. So thermistor bed is right here. That clicked in? Yeah, it's clicked in. Okay. there. And actually now, we got bed heaters, so I'm gonna have to run another wire. Our ground can just go to here and ground it. So let's get that other wire, because we got to run now some wires for our yeah, that'll work. We have to wire up our SSR. Okay, so for the SSR, it's a solid state relay. This is what controls your bed heater. Okay, and there's different ways of activating it. Now the manual calls out for bed. Okay, so basically you're using your bed hookup to power it, but to feed the bed hookup you have to feed bed in. To get bed out, you need to feed bed in. So just for the sake of keeping the wires kind of neat and not having to run another 12-volt line or jumper it, I'm going to use one of my 3 available end stops to run it. And basically, you can use anything really, okay? To activate the SSR, you need anywhere from 5 to 24 volts, okay? So an extra heater will work, an extra fan output will work. Anything that could feed it 5 volts on command can be used to run your bed. And you just set it up in your configuration that way. Oh, David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Oh, I already have them out. There we go. That's our chat engagement. That's what I like to see. Now, everyone, like that smash button. How large are those cable ducts? They came with the kit. They are, if you're curious, 30 millimeters tall by about, I don't know, 32 millimeters wide. Without the covers on them. Of course, I misplaced the flathead. There we go. So again, we're using heater 2. Okay. So if I forget later when I'm looking up the pin assignment of why is it my bed heating up, it is heater 2. Or correction, extruder 2. You know it's a hot end, not an extruder. Extruder is the thing that pushes the plastic. But can't really argue with the standards we have adopted in 3D printing that make no sense half the time, but we still use them because, I don't know, we still use them. Don't ask me. We have some of the dumbest names for conventions in 3D printing. Does not make sense. Okay, so I have to cut that there. Split it. Accidentally cut myself. You can't like the up. Can't like the smash button until the dog shows up. Did I hear that right? Let me see. Let me see. You coming in? Who's a good boy? You want some treats? be drooling all over my floor. It's already a mess in here. I don't need you to add to it. Cookie. What, you don't like those? Oh, you're drooling all over the place. Okay, if you don't like them, don't eat it. Oh, he's drooling everywhere. Okay. Have a good one. Anyways. Actually, I don't want to use these connectors. Where's the connectors? There we go. These ones are the right size. DFH has enough dock here, I believe. Plus, I'm sure the shipping costs will be not worth it. But then again, his package to me should be here pretty soon, so hopefully. Where is... Oh, it's upstairs. Shoot. The little guy took my Allen key to go... Or my screwdriver to go fix something. So make sure you get your positive and your negative hooked up correctly. You don't want to do it backwards. Yep. Okay, so that is that. So now we can go ahead and cover up. No, no, because I got to put fans on still. Shoot. Got to put the part cooling fans in still. Still got to make that part work. Okay, so the ground comes in. And ground is easy. Ground is easy. Undo the ground cable. And stick it underneath. And screw it back in. And then we just kind of tuck away any excess up in here. Because once you put the cover on, you don't see it. And if you don't see it, it's not a problem. Okay, so now we got to hook up the bed. Okay, so how it works is you basically need to run the the neutral, I guess it is. There's positive and negative, positive, neutral, live, neutral. The wire that goes directly to the bed that doesn't go through your fuse, you hook it up to your neutral on the power supply. Now, you can get fancy and use a separate, that's way too long. You know, I'm gonna trim this a bit. This is way too long. Now, you can get fancy and use like a terminal block. If you want to have, you know, cleaner connections and only have like one terminal or one barrel, fork connector, whatever they're called, per fuse or per terminal. I've never actually done that. I know others have. I know it looks cleaner, but I've never actually done it that way. What I do is the crimps I use tend to be one side dominant. No. Always double check your crimps. If they pull off, throw it away, get a different one, retry. I need to get a better crimper for these. But you just stack them opposite, and I find they sit pretty well on the terminals. I've never had an issue. Now, for the live wire, the one coming from the bed will actually go down and plug into your SSR. And then you run from the SSR to the positive on your power supply. That means when the SSR is triggered, power goes from the power supply through the SSR to the bed, back to the power supply, making a loop. Because if you need to know how electricity works, Magic School Bus did a very good episode explaining it. So reference that, okay? When it comes to wiring, though, refer to the manual. But if you want to know how electricity works, Magic School Bus has a very good episode on it. And we'll use this wire that they gave me that I don't know where it's supposed to go. They gave me a lot of wires on this kit that I don't know where they need to go. That is the biggest downfall on this kit, is the wiring. A lot of... I wish you would have just given me a spool of wire, because the kind of almost there but not quite there that you guys did, I'm not a fan of. Yes, the wire, these wire tracks came with the kit. Basically, I'm using stuff that came with the kit, okay? The only thing I haven't, that didn't come with the kit that I've used, is some of the wiring itself. I ran some of my own wires because I didn't like the wires that came with the kit for some of the stuff. They wanted to use the heater wires, and the thermistor wires to run all the way down. Those aren't rated to run through drag chains. So I replaced those with some PTFE wire that I had. But everything on this kit, except for the odd like terminal, like ferrule and whatnot, is what came with the kit. So like if the kit didn't come with it and it's not a super big safety issue or something where it's like it'll work for a bit and then I'm gonna have to redo it all. It's like the wiring. I could have used, I could have ran this wire that came with the heater all the way through the drag chains. It would have lasted a bit and then I would have had to replace it, or I could have just replaced it right off the bat and not worry about it. Plus I'm running a Raptor, so I didn't even use the heater. So tight. Okay. So we are good there. Now I think the last thing I have to do now is fans. I actually did end up using the plug that came with the kit. But yes, they screwed up the panels. The hot end, they did send me the hot end. I did end up getting the hot end. They rushed it. I got it like a week later. But I am using a Raptor instead. So let me put a zip tie on that. And now we just got to put some side fans on. And we are we're good to go. I believe. Yep, so we got fans down there. Yep. So for the fans, I'm not putting together the thing. I don't run exhaust on my printers. I seal them up. I'm really hoping these fans aren't like stupid loud. What's wrong with the heater wire they gave me? It's just the actual heater wire. It's where's that camera at? There you are. I'm back here, camera. It's this. This is not meant to go through drag chains. Okay? This is not meant to go through a drag chain. So don't run this through your drag chain. How do these even go together? I've never actually put together these because every Voron I've built, there we go, fans. Oh yeah, so that just VHB's on. Oh. Okay. You go there. Good old VHB tape. It's the outer casing. That fiberglass wrapper on the wire will just shred itself apart and get everywhere and make an absolute mess. So yes, it's PTFE underneath, but you're gonna get fiberglass fibers everywhere. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be all itchy running my printer. Like, you do you, but... yes, 20 gauge is enough for a 50 watt heater. Yeah, you need high strand count. So basically you want like high strand count PTFE or FEP wire. We used to spec silicone wire because it is high strand count and it's super flexible, but the silicone wire in drag chains, the drag chains the silicone's too soft and the drag chains destroy it. So on my upcoming V-Minion build, I'll probably use silicone wire. Simply for the fact that I've got a crap ton of it left over and I'm not using drag chains on it. So we're just gonna kinda use it up on that, I think. I've got like a bunch of I got like 2 or 3 of those Strive Day boxes of it. so this will go like that, right? So these just stick on like that, I guess, with VHB tape. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. What isn't is, where are my scissors? There are my scissors. Matt Shammy, I would recommend you read the manufacturer's specs on what is the amp rating of that wire. And go with what the manufacturer suggests. But if it's rated for something, go with what it's rated for. Yeah, Steve has a screw mod for this that uses screws instead of this, but I forgot to print that. So that's what I have. So, as a grand wizard philosopher once said, it is what it is. As an old sage of yore says, it do be like it do. Now, let's be honest, VHP tape, it works. Some people don't like it, but you know what? It works. When you don't want things to go anywhere, VHP tape it in. It won't go anywhere. I have to get these wires out of there. About running wires through flexible woven mesh tubing inside the drag chain. That was a stopgap measure a bunch of people did with the silicone wires. Honestly, just get the properly rated, get FEP or PTFE wires and just run them through the drag chain and you're good. Running it through a like a sleeve and then putting that in the drag chain was kind of a stopgap measure, and it wasn't a perfect stopgap measure, so your money may vary. When in doubt, go with what you think the safest option is. Yeah, VHB, yeah, you can get it off with ISO. There's a few other things. Basically, if you can peel it off, but you can't lift it off. So you have to like twist and pull type thing. Honestly, I have more time getting the protective cover off of it sometimes. Although I did accidentally put a pair of socks through the wash after I stepped on a bunch of VHB. I had some sticking on the floor in this room, and I got it on a sock and I didn't realize it, and I put the sock through the wash and it just made this massive clump of sock and VHB. Yeah, that sock is in the garbage now. What's a good filament for natural ABS or ASA? Basically, you want something that's a little opaque, but not too much. Oh, this is an M5. Ah, dang it. There we go. Allen key. That's about centered. If I can get the Allen key ball out. Damn it. Get out of your hole, Mr. Allen key. Come on. We can get the Allen key out. Loosen up to like. Yay, China Allen keys and screws. Oh, wow. Okay, kids, don't use. There we go. It's because it's got a stupid finish on it that makes it thicker than a normal Allen key head. Chad Sullivan, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Looking forward to the Rat Rig Minion build. Good luck with the Trident. Thank you. I'm actually looking forward to that. Just because it's not a Voron. Which, don't get me wrong, I like building Vorons, but it is not a Voron. Sometimes it's good to move out and try something different every now and then. Okay, so let's do this the long way so I don't get that stuck again. There we go. Okay. Well, that sucked. I don't like screwdrivers. I don't like hex screwdrivers. I like Allen keys. Okay, so first problem. These are not long enough to reach to the fan. So, let's do some soldering. Because I got this big long wire, which I'm assuming they want for that. So fan 2. That's not even JST. Oh, that's a 3-pin. So I got a 2-pin in here somewhere. I do. Okay, so let's solder these together. We have one nice long connection wire, just to be safe. And then we'll plug it in, and then we should be good to go print. Where is that? Let me put these back in their channel so that they don't, yeah. That'll work. Okay. So where are my helping hands? Do I still have the helping hands? I do. Worst helping hands in the world. But they are helping hands. So what we're going to do is we're just going to solder these together, and then we'll just plug them in. Yeah, what does the V in V minion stand for? Is anyone able to give me an answer to that? Legit, just out of curiosity, if the V in V minion, because like the Rat Rig V Core, V Cast, what does the V mean? The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? It's not like it's V wheel. V for vroom. Fan mount is backwards? No, it blows air in. How is it backwards? The skirt is backwards. I like the curve in. I don't like the curve out. Yes, I know I won't be able to mount a bottom panel to it. But I like the curve in. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I gotta spin it around. I see what you mean now. Yeah, I'm still not putting a bottom panel on it, so I like the curve in, because everything else curves in, except for that piece. So, unless I printed the wrong one. No, it is supposed to be like that. See, I don't like that. I like the curve in look. You guys want to see my crappy soldering skills? Oh, what did we almost forget, guys? What did we almost forget that I always forget, but I didn't forget? Shrink wrap. Never forget your shrink wrap. Put that on before you solder your wires, or you're gonna... Well, in this case, it wouldn't be too bad. It'd be easy to fix, but normally it would be a bad time. Check these ones up. Did I forget alcohol? I do have beer in the fridge. Are Voron Trident kits worth it? It depends how you are with sourcing. If you don't want to source everything, then really this is your only option. And are they okay with that? Yeah, they're like, it depends. Basically, in my opinion, these aren't kits, okay? The LDO V2 kit, which I have coming, and the LDO V0 and Switchwire kits, those are kits, okay? Those are what I would consider to be a kit, you know? You basically unbox it and build it, okay? Everything plugs together, assembles together. It's a kit. These are the bomb in a box, okay? So it's basically, here's the shopping list of everything you need to build a Voron. Some guy in Shenzhen threw it in a box for you, and you bought the box, okay? So you save a bit of money on shipping and sourcing, and you know, for a lot of people it is worth it. But think of it as the bill of materials in a box and not a full-on build and go kit. So if you're thinking about it that way, it makes it a little bit easier to accept the value of them. Especially if you live in a country like is it New Zealand or Australia? Where basically, if you were to factor in... essential trimmers suck when you're soldering. Once you factor in like shipping and whatnot to some countries, it makes it much more enticing to go with the kits because you're saving several $100s versus sourcing everything individually on your own. So it's really situational. The fact that they sell hundreds of these kits, a lot of people seem to think they're worth it. But this printer isn't printing yet, so I'm not going to make a judgment on it yet. Where's my heat gun? The LDO kit, yeah, the LDO kit's pricey, but you also save several hours of work on wiring alone because all the wiring's pre-done. So, for example, on the V0, instead of spending, you know, I think the V0 kit's about $200 more expensive than like a Formbot kit, but you save about, you know, how good is your wiring? Wiring up a V0 takes anywhere from 3 to 9 hours, I've seen, depending on the person. You know, I could rush through it in maybe 3 to 4 hours, all the wiring, and make it look good. I've seen people spend days wiring, you know. Is 3 to 9 hours of your time worth $200? Like, would you rather just, you know, it's easier for you to work a couple hours of overtime and just pay for it? Depends what it is. In my opinion, I pay for wiring looms now. On any build that I build that's not like a kit like this, I pay for wiring looms. Because paying $100 to get a pre-made wiring loom from, who makes them? Lecter? Fermio, I think. Is it Fermio? I can't remember who makes wiring looms. I've got one from, I got two. I got the two companies that make them. I can't remember who makes them. A little bit of a brain fart. But look at my videos for the octopus and the spider. Because at both of those, when I rewired both these for the octopus and the spider, I used pre-made wiring looms. Yeah, they're worth it. Because you save so much time. And honestly, it's worth it. So that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, goes there. Let's get some covers on this. Popped out. Things kind of spot. Try not to pinch any wires while you put these back on. Back in your channel, get back in your channel, get back in your channel. Go. Derek, $10. Thank you, appreciate it. What was that? Thank you for all the content. Thank you for enjoying the content. I wouldn't make the content if you guys weren't enjoying it. It would be very boring if it was just being down here by myself. That's why I started doing this, because literally COVID, and I was down here doing this by myself. I was lonely. There we go. There you go. Voila. I'll put the other side on later. I want to make sure this moves. So, let me find the cord that's hanging across the bottom of the floor here. And let's power this on and make sure things do be moving and we don't have any shorts. So, plug that on. Just in case. Send it. We got 3.3, 5 volts, 24 volt. The one fan is on, I believe. Yep. So that front fan is spinning. What's that smell? I smell burnt toast. Oh wait, that's a completely different thing. Okay. So we are there. So machine. So last week we put a config on it. We got it moving around. It does the funky chicken dance. Max velocity 300. Max accels 10. Something's moving. Oh, jeez. Oh, I don't have a camera. Wait a minute. Boom, there I am. Hi. What was I saying? I put the power supply from the soldering iron on the bag of filament over there, and it was making like a crackling noise. And I was like, what the heck is that noise? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's making an annoying noise. There, stop making noise. There. Keep thinking something's about to short. Okay, so that is all that, because we unassigned the bed. So we have, what is it? Spider 2.2. So I need the pin out. So there we go. So we have end stops fan heating. So E2 heater is PC3 or PB3. So for the heater pin is PB3. Okay. Sensor pin is PC3, so that's the same. So we're good there. Save and restart. And now we should see a bed heater on restart. Option heater pin is not valid pin in extruder. What? What did I do? I didn't do anything in the extruder. Bed heater. Oh, uncomment heater bed. I see what. Okay, 1 second. There we go. That makes more sense. So now we should see the bed heater. Yeah, we got the bed heater. So now let me turn it up to the blistering hot temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. And we are getting no response. So the fact that we are getting no response is a little disconcerting for me. So we have E2, and that was E2 flashing for the bed heater. I have a duplicate sensor pin for the bed. What do you mean a duplicate? Oh, PB3. I don't think I should have a duplicate sensor pin. Yeah, because the heater bed is PB3. Bed thermistor is PB0. Is thermistor pin, yeah. Oh, well, I got two. I'll comment that. Oh, Ben DH, $5. Gotta go. Thank you for these helpful streams. Take care, man. Nice, 278. There we go. Save and restart. Okay, let's try this again. 25 degrees, go! I'm still getting no light on the SSR. And E2 is flashing. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. I haven't wired up backwards. Because when you're upside down, things are upside down. Did you guys know that? When you are upside down, things are upside down. Also, when you're looking at an angle, what may think is the positive is actually the negative. There we go. Luckily, I don't think this kills an SSR, because I've done this before. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of wiring these on their side. When you're looking down, what you may think is the negative is the positive because of trigonometry, and yeah. So now I have it wired up correctly. Let's try that again. I done derped. Aussie wiring. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if this killed the SSR, it's a fake Omron. Like, if you were to feed 5 volts in, or, well, 24 volts backwards on the input, but it really shouldn't do anything. I have extra SSRs anyways. Easy to swap. Okay. So, again, we are setting it for the blistering hot temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Bada bing, bada boom, go! Oop. My lights are flickering. So we're good. Okay, the SSR works. So now comes the part where I can't remember what the exact code is, and I steal the configuration from another printer for the making it so my lights don't flicker, because my wiring in my house is sketchy. So we go down to bed, and it is this right here, PWM cycle time, because I live in North America. So machine, printer config, bed, heater, PWM cycle time. What this does is, if you live in Euroland or 50 hertz world, you point 0.02. If you're in 60 hertz North America, it's 0.166. Save and restart. This makes it so that your bed cycles at the same frequency as your lights or as your power, and you don't get flickering lights in your room when your heater's on. Yeah, max power is 0.6. Okay, so let's flip this bitch up. Oh, fans. Machine. Fans. Okay, so we have... Oh, what did I hit? Wrong button. Fan, hot end fan, print cooling fan, controller fan. Okay, so this is hooked to the fan 2. Okay, so yeah, so PC 8, which is fan 2. So we're good there. Okay. And let's see here. I'm gonna just drop, you know what, we'll leave them at 100% for now. Yeah. And when the bed hits, I don't like it set to bed. I like, or heater temp, yeah, heater. I don't like heater bed. I like heater hot end or extruder, right? Do I just say extruder or heater extruder? What is it in here? Oh no, I do have it set to bed. Yeah, so when the bed heats up to 45. Yeah, that works. Okay. So yeah, so when the bed hits 45, your fans kick on. Okay, save and restart. Heater temp is not valid in controller fan, TMC fan. What? Oh, what I do. What do you mean heater bed isn't? I mean error. Ooh, why is my mouse going all bonky on me? Do we have a little hiccup there on stream, guys? Or is my computer just being a little funky wonky right now? Heater fan underscore controller fan. Oh, controller fan. Why is it called TMC fan? There we go. Heater fan, controller fan. There we go. Okay. Fan. So extruder hits 50. That goes on. You know what? I want to have it for the same. I want the heater, that one coming on at 52. Or you know what? Yeah. Yeah, because the bed, because that's underneath and that's where the heat is. We'll go with that. Usually if you're, yeah. I can always play around with it. Okay. we go. Okay. Flip it up. Oops. Oh, she got heavy quick. She got heavy quick. So, home XY. How much does a Trident weigh? That much. I don't have a scale. It depends on the printer and the size. I know my 250 V2 weighs around 40 pounds, but I have a little bit extra stuff in there. Okay, home Z. Okay, so I am good there for the pin, but I gotta move over. So right now I am at 197 on the X. I want to move right about there. Yeah, it's 196. And then on my Y, I'm at 350, which is my max. Yeah, so I need 196 there. Machine. Safe home. Where's home? Is safe home. Let's go by bed mesh, displays. Oh, there we go. Home, safe home. So 196 and 350. Start. It's lighter than my dog, but my dog weighs 115 pounds. Okay, so let me put a bed on it. Now, the kit comes with this wonderful fysetc brand flex plate, and we shall use it for now, because while I do have some fancy ones that say Nero 3D, this is a new printer, and I'd rather kill this plate than the good plates. But I will say, it does stick down with some authority. So we're good there. Phil R, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Wire up EasyBird while watching. Hope it goes good. Okay, home all. Okay, so let's see here. Machine and stops. So the probe is open. So let me make sure my probe works by putting a big chunk of metal under it. Triggered. Oh, you can't see. No, don't move chat, move me. I'm there. So see how it says triggered? I had a piece of metal under there, and now it's not triggered. So, put a big chunk of metal under it again. Yeah, get under the probe. There you go. Hey, it's triggered. Okay, so we're good there. So now, do I just set it on a QGL? Oh, wait, machine, config. Make sure the QGL stuff. Bed mesh. I don't need bed mesh. Homing overrides at axis. Okay, so let me. So the end stop switch is 196, 350. One comment for your printer size. comment for a 300, 350. Okay, so we're good there. Yeah, Z tilt. Yeah, there it is right there. So Z tilt for a 350, Z positions. Go. And then we have homing override, access set. Bada bing, bada boom. Save restart. Now, one thing I'm a little worried about is my pin is literally like jaws coming at a swimmer. It is a little above the bed. And by a little above the bed, I mean it's massively above the bed. So at least fysetc isn't making you think you need to compensate. So let's go ahead and swap that out for a pin of a more reasonable size. Because after, you know, building Vorons for years, you kind of get an assortment of pins. What, comment out safe C homing at Wines? I think I have safe C homing on most of my printers. So, will that one work? Oh, that'll work. There we go. That one works. So let me find one that's roughly the same length as this that actually has a flat bottom. Ah, that's too short. Oh, I need to comment out safe seat home because these overrides on. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Let me just try to find a good pin here. Oh, that's a good pin. There we go. Some of these pins I have are like cut by hand. So the ends are a little, let's just say not exactly consistent. And I'm doing the ghetto trick where instead of having a flat on the pin, you screw the nut in, or the grub screw until it just barely touches, and then you throw a magnet on it, and it, if you're lucky, it holds the pin in. Because magnets and whatnot. Okay. So apparently I need to uncomment all this safe set home stuff that I, or homing override stuff that I put in. So. There we go. How many printers do I have right now total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 FDM and 2 resin, plus 1 CNC in the closet, and then this CNC in a box. Plus a V0 kit under this desk, a Micron kit on the way, a V2.4 R2 kit on the way, a V-Minion kit on the way. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and I think an Ender 3 S1 on the way. Yeah. Home all. Okay, let's see how Z-tilt works. So right now it's de-racking the gantry. Oh, and a Prusa XL pre-ordered. I have not seen that video. So how is this coming along? So go away stuff. So it's doing the thing where the first pro point is the most yeah. So there we go. So we are within, yeah, so we're trammed out to within 0.00375 millimeters. Our last round of adjustments there, you can see right there. So I will say we are within relatively close proximity of being pretty trammed. Yeah. I can dig it. So let's set our Z0. So, by the way, I'm going to do some stuff by the book because nobody knows about this. Go to the vorondesign.com, documentation. Hey, there's all these docs here. The build. Initial startup. Stepper motor check, how to do your buzzes, homing check, motor configuration if your motors are moving the wrong way when you go to home, bed locating, define 0, end stop pin locations. It's all in here, guys. Probe accuracy tests, PID tuning, bed leveling, bed screws, bed tilt. It's all in here. Nobody ever goes here. But we do need to do RZ offset. So we're going to do some PID tuning though, because we got to do PID tuning. And then while it's PID tuning, I'm going to go get a drink. Where is PID tuning? So PID tune bed. What am I doing? I'm trying to move the screen within OBS. There we go. So let me slide that over there. So there's that there. Okay. So paste. Tune the bed for 100. Go. So now we're PID tuning our bed. This will take some time. How taco is the build plate? I don't know. I should have ran a mesh. Oh, there's a film on the bed. I gotta peel off first. Are the motors off? No, they're not. Steve's here. Hi, everyone say hi, Steve. Yeah, there's a film on it. I'll do the peel after. Because right now it's doing a PID tune. What do I have in this folder? Oh, FLSun stuff. Dum dum da dum. Fun times. PID tuning. Yay, so much fun. Well, the PI has a, it's got a coating on it. That's why it's got like a film. I'll peel it off all here. See if I can get it in one go. Voila! I have noise canceling. You wouldn't have heard anything anyways. First print Cali Cat. Well, let's get it PID tuned first. It's taking its sweet ass time to heat up though. We're at 52. But you want the bed to heat up slow and evenly. Let's be honest, you're gonna do a 10-minute heat soak anyways, right? So let it slowly get up to that temperature evenly. No rush. And this is, you know, a 350 by 350 by 8 millimeter thick slab of aluminum. So, oh my god. What the heck is going on? Okay. Am I gonna rough it up? This is the one that came with it, so we'll probably have a nozzle crash and ruin it. But we'll roll it. I normally do scuff them up. I normally don't run fresh, clean PI. I normally do take a Scotch-Brite pad to it. No, I'm not using a micro switch to probe the bed. There's an inductive probe in the tool head. That is used for doing your tramming or your Z tilt or your quad gantry level on the V2 or whatever. And that's used for leveling. And then you also have a micro switch for your Z offset. So what that means is, you know how inductive probes are sensitive to temperature fluctuations? We ignore that completely, so it's not a non-issue. Thoughts on the magnet? It seems pretty strong. I don't know how good it is with heat though. We shall see. But right now, we're waiting on it to heat up, so it's taking its time. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and make a profile in here. So max print height, it's good to 250. We'll set it for 245, 350 by 350. Custom G code. Yeah, we're good there. Good there. Extruder. Nozzle diameter, it's got a 0.4. Length for retraction, we'll go with 0.6 because it's got an afterburner. Lift Z 0.6. Okay, save as Trident. Go. So we got printer profile made. Let me steal my start and stop and stop codes from another machine. Well, the bed PID takes a while because I have the bed tuned down. So I'm gonna go after I get this set up. I'm gonna go grab a beer because always time for beer. So right now I'm just taking my start and stop. G code, print end, and print start. I forgot you can. Control copy. Machine. G. Now, do these have print start and print end? Yes, they do. I don't like these. Goodbye. Okay. Now, for this one, it has heat to the target temperature. Blah, blah, blah. Because I also have, what is it? Yeah, G32. So copy this. So this basically renames what G32 is into an actual, like, it makes it its own macro. So in my case here, it makes G32 Z tilt. This is just how I have mine set up. So instead of quad gantry level, we just have Z tilt. Z score tilt. There you go. So bed mesh clear, does a home, does your Z tilt, does a home, and then goes sits in the middle of the bed like a good boy. And then you do your print start. It heats the bed up to whatever its target temperature. It preheats your nozzle to 180, which softens the filament. It turns the print fan off. So what is that? The part fan, I believe. It does a home. So it goes G21 millimeters, absolute, blah, 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 extruder relative, blah, blah, blah. Does your Z tilt, moves the nozzle away, it waits, then it tunes your nozzle up to the proper temperature. So when it's doing this G32 here, it's doing your home, your Z tilt, then another home for your proper Z offset, then it heats up to temperature, does one final home, and then Bob's your uncle and you go printing after doing a prime line. So yeah, it's in close. Don't save and restart because we're doing our PID tune. And holy hell, it is taking forever to get the temperature, but it's hot. Oh, it's Z tilt adjust. Yeah, good point. Z tilt adjust. Z tilt adjust. There we go. Close. There we go. So while it's doing that, I'm gonna go get a burr. So BRB, not DFH. Why does it say DFH? Why does my BRB screen say DFH? Somebody remind me. Oh, we had the dancing baby at some point. Did we have a dancing baby? I don't know where the dancing baby went. There we go. I'll be back. Go get a drink, guys. Beer time. I'm back. Tonight, nothing fancy, slim and clear. I'm on a diet. Controller fans aren't running, which isn't 100% concerning. Hi back, I'm Dad. I'm allowed to make those jokes. How are we doing? Okay, we're at 97.5. Wow, that took a little bit longer than I expected, but it's doing it what it's doing. Okay, what kind of prints do I have downloaded? Okay, don't load multi-material prints one at a time because when you see a dog with no eyes, it's a little disconcerting. Yeah, we'll do the Voron cube. Everyone likes the Voron cube. Why not increase max power? Because you rip your... When you heat up metal too quick, the thicker the metal, it takes time for the heat to transfer through to it. And if you heat it up too quickly, you can thermally shock it. So something big and flat, if you heat it up from the bottom really quick all the time, you'll taco it over time. Yeah. E-steps. E-steps. Actually, I should probably check what extruder is set up in here. Because honestly, if it's set up for the whatchamacallit, the make sure step for Z extruder. So rotation, distance. Yeah, it's set up for the afterwork. Yeah, it's set up for the afterburner, so we're good. Should be pretty close. Honestly, with the afterburner, I find it's pretty, as long as you're okay, like close, you should be okay. Very rarely is it like way out to lunch, I find. I don't know where my borrowed Ender 3 filament spool holder thingy is. So I guess we're going to use this guy. That'll hold filament. I hope. Can I do a mesh before print? Yep, I will. I still have to do my Z offset. I still have to set my Z offset and everything, so we're not quite printing yet. So we still got a little bit of time. No rush. I'm in no rush. So this is kind of clashing with the colors, but it'll work. Isn't the borrowed Ender 3 mount on the FL Sun? No, the FL Sun has its own, I believe. Oh no, I took the one off the FL Sun because it uses the bigger spools. Because I was using the bigger spool, that's why. Okay, filament, filament, filament. I've got a whole bunch of new filament here. Let's go with some... Oh. No, not that one, not that one. Save that one. We'll go with this stuff. We'll go with some Sparta 3D Galaxy Blue. So it's a sparkle blue PLA. put a little piece of PTFE in there. I should have a little piece of PTFE somewhere. That'll work. Ooh, there's a lot of heat coming off that bed right now. There we go. So unlock the extruder. Put some filament into the extruder. Go down into your home filament. Of course, no my luck, these gears are probably really tight. Oh, they're not lined up. That'll do it. They are not lined up. Where is my... I shall fix this. I shall fix it. Those gears are not lined up. Thank you very much. Now, this would have been easier if my little kid didn't take my tools. I don't know where he put my wrench. Oh, there he is. Ah, the joys of little kids. Oh, okay, so we are done our PID tune. So, save config. We'll save it. Okay. And now we need to do PID tune for the hot end, which we'll do 220. So we'll set that now. Accurate as I can get it. I don't like this. I do not like how that's lined up. But might be an is what it is type situation here. Yeah, that gear is not sitting. That gear is not sitting right. So the gear is actually sitting out of position with whole tool head assembly, which happens sometimes. Depending on how it's assembled, it might not be like press fit enough essentially. And you might run into issues. So that's what I'm running into right here. I don't know if you can see here. Let's go to the mobile cam. So if you look in there, while I touch this really hot bed, I don't know if you can see, but the filament path doesn't line up with the gear at all. Normally, it lines up with the gear. That is not going to be good for in terms of feeding filament because it won't line up, and if it don't line up, it doesn't feed filament correctly. So I may have to take that apart and fiddle with that in the future. Okay, so save config. So we're done PID tuning the bed. What I'm going to do now is just kind of see if I can get some filament loaded, and we'll just kind of hope for the best. And see what we can get out of it at least. Not the happiest with that, but kinda is what it is. I've got known good Bondtech gears that I could swap in if I need to, which I may have to. I probably will have to at this point. That's okay. We're reviewing the kit. It's part of the kit. It is what it is. So let's make sure we can at least get some filament out of here. While I was doing that, home all. And then we'll do a Z tilt. And then we'll do our zero offset. We'll make sure it's pushing plastic, and then we'll get a print going. What are you guys going on about AC, DC? Quit talking about heavy metal. This is a 3D printer stream. So we are oozing plastic out of here. Okay, and then we do a home. And now it is Z and stop calibrate. I gotta bump up my homing speeds here. G1, X 175, Y 175, boom. Move to the middle of the bed. See, and stop calibrate. And then I go down Z test -1 until I'm close. And I just keep going down, 0.05. Get the trusty piece of paper. I'm basically dropping at 0.05 millimeter. Oh, okay, grabs the paper. More. Yeah, that looks good. And then once you hit accept and then save config. So, we have ourselves a Voron cube here. My print settings, I'm just using tallboy settings. So what is it? 2 perimeters, 0.2 layer height, infill, and we'll go like 10%. Skirt and brim, loops 3, sure, whatever. Speeds, I don't know. These are pretty slow. 0 PLA? Are these any faster? No, those are slow. Toasty PLA? Yeah, we'll go with toasty PLA. It's our first print. We don't want to break anything with our first print, right? I can always just adjust the speed of the slicer or the firmware while it's running. 10 gyroid, bumps, flows, sure. First layer. Filament settings, 220, bed 50, PLA, fan, cooling, blah, 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 slice now. Do I have any big prints planned? No individual prints, but I'll probably use it to print parts. I think this will be a parts printer. I honestly, I think this will be my parts printer. So this is going to go right there. And the plan is to have V226 and this guy hooked up to the UPS. So right now, my previous UPS was 1,000. A VA 1000 one. This is a VA 1500. And the VA 1000 had issues with the 2 printers hooked up at the same time running. It almost was okay, but it wasn't. So I'm hoping the bigger one here will be able to at least handle 2 printers running at the same time and not like yell and annoy the hell out of me. Because the power outages that I get here are like flickers. And it happens once a month, if that, during like a thunderstorm. Because I live in Southern Ontario, we get more thunderstorms than anywhere else in Canada here. So during the summer, we get lots of flicker thunder, like power goes out for a second type things. So when it comes to like UPS and backup, I took my old UPS that was in here, and that is now hooked up to my server because I didn't have a server, and it's kind of annoying running an unrated server and having to redo parity checks every time power decides to flicker. So right now it's heating the extruder up to 180, and then it is going to do the Z tilt stuff, hopefully. What brand of UPS? I got it at Costco. It's an APC. It's an APC by Schneider Electric. VA 1000. Got it at Costco. Reddit's not recommended. Nothing's ever perfectly recommended by everything, remember? Plus, I got it from Costco, so if it blows up, I just bring it back. It's Costco. Okay, so my fans aren't turning on. Why aren't my fans turning on? So if I wanted to manually turn my fans on, why aren't my fans turning on? My controller fans aren't turning on. So PC8, Spider V2.2. They are set to bed temp, but the bed's at 60. Yeah, so we got. Yeah, there's your last at home. And so fan 2 is PB2. So it's saying PB2 boot 1. Oh, that's why. PB2. Save and restart. So that's probably going to cancel the print, but I'd rather the print cancel because I need cooling. PB2 is not a... What do you mean it's not valid? PB2 boot 1. Do I need both this? PB2. PB2. It is PB2 for heater fan, controller fan. Save and restart. I have to have it capitalized? Oh, extruder 2. That would have crashed it anyways. So let me get you homed and out of the way. So home all. Edit extrusion. Where's the flow stuff? Because I know there's all kinds of flow stuff it likes to not have and it freaks out. Max temp, max power, max extrude distance stuff. Blah blah blah. Machinery, crypto config. Restart. Here's that ready. There we go. G-code files. Print that. Test view. There we go. The okay, there we go. Fans are running. There we go. Now we got fans. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. It's supposed to be the other way around, but this goes inward, this goes inward, that goes inward. If I were to spin this around, it wouldn't match the rest of them. Like, I don't know. It's hella vibrating, though. There we go. Something's off balance with those fans. How many of these have I built now? Steve, 1! What, am I not allowed to critique the aesthetics? If they go in, they all go in. All in, all out. Pick one. Well, it's kind of like, you know, this V, my first V0, I have the skirts with them curved in when they're supposed to curve, like they're supposed to be flat on the outside, but I have them curved in. Appearance, cosmetics. It matters. Those, holy heck. How much air do those move? Ooh, those push a lot of air. I'm gonna drop the power on those. To max power. Yeah, we're gonna drop those down to like 1.75 or 0.75. For the future, for the future. So, I am ready. Oop, why did I push that one? I didn't mean to push that one. Well, I'm going to be ready to Z adjust on the fly if I need to. But again, we're using the included fysetc PI. I have spare, so if I kill it, I kill it. I need to fix this speed. I don't know why this speed's so slow. It gives you enough time to go, oh shit, I screwed something up. Well, we're printing. You guys need a box. I'm sorry, chat, you're so short. Let me get a box for you. I'm sorry, chat. I didn't know you guys were so short. 1 second. Oh man, I need a better tripod for this camera. There we go. Hey, it's printing. Now, this filament is a little stringy. I will say, this filament is stringy. So once we get up a bit and we're like printing at speed, I'll kill the noise cancellation and I'll kill the music so you guys can get some idea of the noise. I'm pretty okay with it though, I will say. That is on an angle. But everything seems to be okay. What's my favorite all-around hotend? Revo, right now. I'm sorry, the Revo is awesome. It's a good, for pretty much everything you need, a Revo will do it for the majority of users. So, where is my other Revo? I need to put it back in the printer. Yeah. So yeah, right now, these are my go-tos. I still got to put it. Poor fucking Switchwire's been without a hotend for a while. Yeah. Okay, let me get another box. This is not going to work. More filament. Never buy the cheapest stand at Walmart. It never works. I will say, was it? I think it was Sanity who recommended these. Who recommended these colors? Well, Sanity sent me these, and I'm pretty sure she was the one who said go with these colors for this printer. But I really dig these colors, I will say. It's a Revo Voron, not a Voron Revo. Everyone, even I call it a Voron Revo. It's a Revo Voron. It is a Revo first. Well, it is Prusament. Like, this is printed out of Prusament. Although I'm screwed. I kind of goofed. This is all I have left from the one spool. You can see the cardboard. And this is all I have left from the other spool. Because the fact that the spools are only 800 grams of filament. It's a 1 kilogram spool, but that's 1 kilogram for everything. So the spool itself is 200 grams. So I have approximately 125 grams left of Prusament. I still have to print all the panel clips, and I need to print a stealth burner for this one day. So this probably won't get a stealth burner till the final revision. And the panel clips might be a different orange. I may have to use a different orange. Because I do have PLA. I do have PLA orange that is roughly the same color, I believe. Let me grab it here. Yeah, Jesse Mystery Orange is pretty close. So I may print them out of that. Oh, I missed one. I missed one. Jason, have a good weekend. Nero 3D and Voron Friends. Real Voron, would you like to see it in a future kit? Of course. Although everyone who thinks they need a high flow will be angry. Mahaflo. And thanks for the 20. So what's our pull? Curve in. Exactly. Curve in. Exactly. I'm not the only one. Do the panel clips in the ASA. Yeah, I still have plenty of natural ASA. So I'll probably do the panel clips in ASA in the white then. The thing is, it's going to be all black and white on the outside. Which, actually, that'll work. That'll work. Well, it's like the, this has the Raptor and the actual tool head part is black, and that kind of works, so. So this is an estimated 36-minute print, by the way. I can check the spool through the QR code, and you can use V-mount without modification for Stealth Burner and Raptor. What is the Raptor the same form factor as a V6? Why do I have so many emails? Amazon order shipped. Amazon order shipped. I said, what the heck? Who sent me what? Oh. Oh god. I got so many notifications. All the notifications. I could check the QR code. What does the QR code tell me? Is there a QR code on the spool? Okay, there's a QR code on the spool. Okay, let me scan it. Photo. It's not reading the QR code. It's not reading the QR code. Oh, so it's just a straight V6 then, yeah. So yeah, I could use the Raptor on it. Problem is I want to wait till the final revision then, because I only have so much ASA. On the box it's the same. Yeah, but all that does is just tell me it's Prusament. Okay, go to prusament.com, okay. Like, it doesn't tell me... Yeah, all it does is take me to the store page. Made. Ooh, it was made in August. It's Prusa Orange. It's 860 grams plus 193 on the spool. That's good. Okay, cool. Still, cutting it close. Cross 2010, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. When you print with the Stealth Burner, use the orange ASA for the front and then do a filament swap to the natural ASA for the rest of it. That is actually the plan. Buy more Prusament. The problem is, Prusament in Canada is not that easy to get. Like, it's always sold out. PLA. PC sold out. PETG sold out. It's always sold out. And when it is in, it's like $50, $60 a spool. Let's see. Yeah, they only have the black and they're sold out. Like, it's not that easy to get in Canada. Yeah, no Prusament. So yeah, it's not always easy to get. So that's why I just kind of, I could buy, buy direct from Prusa. That is, shipping to Canada sucks. I don't want to know what shipping Prusament to Canada would cost. Actually, I'll let you know right now. So, Prusament. ASA. Well, one, it's out of stock. Oh, they're 850 grams of filament. Okay, so I do have, okay, I got almost 200 grams of filament left. Okay, so let's buy. Proceed to checkout. So one spool to Canada. We don't have a zip code. And Ontario is a province, not a state. But so whatever it is $29.99 to Canadian plus $22 for FedEx. So with FedEx, you're looking at another $20 to $30 fee on top of it because it's FedEx, plus customs, plus duties. So you're looking at like $70 for one spool. Yeah. Try exactly 2 spools. Okay, so 2 spools of Prusament is $60 to Canada. So yeah, so $60 US plus $22 shipping. Convert that to Canadian, add a $30 FedEx charge on top of it, plus 13% HST on the border. Yeah. Yeah. That ain't happening. I need to become their retailer. I don't have room. I already got filament on the floor. Yeah, I just buy Sparta and local stuff, eSun, when it's on sale and whatnot. So, hey, it's printing a cube. It's doing the thing. Go with the top-down cam for a bit. Should have gone with Sparta 3D. I got tons of Sparta 3D. I just spent like $250 there the other day for a bunch of filament and other things. Cross 2010. Thank you, appreciate it. Shipping fun. $20. Do the same for Australia. I don't. More. I know that. More. That's how I know. You want to know what the cost of things in Australia is? It's what we pay in Canada, but more. Which really sucks, because like Detroit is literally like 20 minutes from my house. I can see the land of cheap fattening foods. I can't find my Allen key. I can't find my Allen key. Oh, woe is me, I can't find my Allen key. That one goes there. Yeah, it'll turn up. They always turn up later. Prusa ships to US with DHL, but I don't live in America land. I can't even, well, I can cross the border, but if I cross the border, I need to get a rapid or a PCR test to come back into the country. So while that's running, let's enjoy some more Czech toffee. Derek, member for 9 months. Jeez. Some of you guys have like 13-month memberships now. Like, I can't believe that. Like, it's been that long for one, and you guys have put up with me for that long. Oh, that's some good Czech toffee. This came with the cone feet. I had it on its back earlier in the stream. So it didn't come with the splayed feet. It came with like the amplify or the bass feet, I think. The ABS Plus Orange. I have the Sparkle ABS. Yeah, it's darker. The Prusa Orange is more poppy. Like it pops. How are the motors? Yeah, the motors are warm. That one's warm. And that one's warm. So I know it's a common mod. I have an orbiter. So because this extruder is being a butt, I have an orbiter. So I could just slap an orbiter, because I believe there is a mod to use an orbiter with this, with the standard afterburner. Because my orbiter 2 is going in the V minion. So I might just, I have an orbiter 1.5. I might just throw that on here and just call that a day. Galileo. I've already done a Galileo. Galileo on Tallboy. Oh yeah, I remember the spider. I remember. Well, the Raptor's working, I guess okay. Is that a Stegosaurus on top of the Tallboy? That it is. I can't remember when I printed it, but yes, it is a Stegosaurus. I also have one of those dragons that everyone's printing. Remember when everyone was printing articulated dragons? Got one of them. This is in Sparta 3D Silk Rainbow. PLA. Have I printed anything with the Enraged Rabbit? No, I have not. Because I took the Revo out of it to do the Revo video, and I haven't gotten around to put it back in. But I've got to do 2 videos. I got to do the whale video. That should hopefully be out Monday or Tuesday. That's the big resin printer. So that video should be out Monday or Tuesday, I'm hoping. And then I got to do a video on the Enraged Rabbit. This week was kind of interesting with work. I was hoping that today's video was filmed a couple days ago. I was hoping to actually have it edited, but some stuff came up, and yeah. So that's why it came out today. I normally don't put out videos on Saturday. Normally videos are during the week, and then streams are on the weekend. But, yeah. I might have a bunch of free time for videos in the next little while. Let's put it that way. We'll see. We'll see. The 3D scanner. I got to get around to it. The thing is, I used it for a little bit, and then it's not part of my workflow. I have to like sit down and just spend a video doing that because it's not my thing. No, I'm technically still employed, but yeah, let's just not. Yeah. Like the scanner works fine. The thing is, like, I don't do scanners. Like that's completely not a thing I normally do. So I started filming the video for it, and then I'm just like, I don't know how to do this. Like, yes, it scans stuff, but I don't CAD at all. I have no like ability to modify like 3D like organic models. I can do CAD for like printers and whatnot, like square shapes and whatnot. But when it comes to like patching together, I started watching tutorials on mesh mixer and whatnot, and at that point, I just kind of other things came up. So technically employed, the best kind of employee. Yes, Schrodinger's employment. What are my 3 favorite filaments this year? Well, we're only like a couple days in, but the Prusament ASA, really nice. Sparta 3D, whatever, is nice. Like all their sparkle stuff is nice. And Polyalchemy Elixir is really nice. Actually, Jesse PLA. We'll go with Jesse PLA. If David's here, Jesse PLA instead. Because I think Jesse, or Printed Solid makes Polyalchemy now. So, yeah. How has fysetc handled the issue with not sending you a hotend? I messaged them, and they sent over a new hotend within a week via DHL. The panels, I didn't bother contacting them because Namgria at MN Laser Cutting, which link in the description, hit them up if you need panels. They make awesome ABS laser cut panels, which is what you're seeing in the machine right now, which frankly I prefer because they got the nice little, they got the nice textured finish on them, and then the other side is just black. So I wouldn't have got the panels from them in time anyways, so I didn't bother. But I'm assuming if I contacted them about it, they would have corrected it. They corrected the hot end issue, no problem. Like, they rushed over a brand new wrapped Dragon High Flow. So then I got another Dragon High Flow. I've got like 6 of them now. You were supposed to be sent a 300. I assumed it was a 300. When they contacted, let me check the DMs. Let me check the DMs. This has been a while. Where are you, George? Let me check my DMs. Okay, so he actually never told me what size he was sending me. They said they contacted me originally, and they're saying, "Here's our bomb for a 300. Does this look correct to you?" And I looked it over. I'm like, "Yeah, these are all the parts in the bomb." And they're like, "Okay, we will send you a kit soon." And then they sent me a kit. So, yeah. Oh well. 350 is good. Honestly, I like squat. I don't print tall a lot, so this would be good for like part kits and whatnot. So I got to print a bunch of V-Minion parts. I got to print a bunch of Micron parts. I got to print a bunch of V2.4 R2 parts, which aren't released yet. I got a bunch of stuff to print in the near future. Am I planning on covering the Fetus Rapido? I did it. I installed. It's in Tallboy. I have it installed in Tallboy right now. It's fine. It's a high flow hot end. It's like other high flow hot ends. What is there to say on it? It works fine. Like, we're at the point now where it's like every other high flow hot end. It has a little bit more output. The prints look the same. It functions the same. Like, at least the Revo has, the whole quick change nozzle system and compact size and really good heat break and no ooze issues to worry about going for it. Every other hot end, if it works, it works. If it's got the amount of flow you need, it's got the amount of flow you need. I don't know. It's solid in, goo out. Exactly. How much is changing? A bunch of revisions. Basically, like, you know how the gantry in Trident is an MGN 12? That is now going to be in 2.4 R2 going forward. Maybe even buttons on my belts. I am. I'm already chewing the belts up a bit. Nice. Oh yeah, the motors. Okay, so turn audio off. Properties. Wrong button. Filters, filters, filters. Oh, noise suppression is off. Okay, so noise suppression is off. I thought I had it on. So this is with the part fan at max, the hot end fan on, and the controller fan at max. And it's picking it up off my lav mic. Let me take out my noise canceling so I can hear them. Fans are the loudest thing. So let me put the filter back on. There we go. So yeah. Yeah, this printer is not loud. It's TMC 2209s. Like, oh, that came off really good. Can't hear anything now. You can hear the music. The build plate is sexy. Well, like, let's be honest. Yeah, you know, it's a nice flex plate. Like, I'm not gonna argue it's, you know, it's not a bad flex plate, but it could be a better flex plate. I don't know. Could be better. I like the look of that one. I've got that on, well, this one, if you want a funky flex plate. So, get myself in the face. You got your, you know, your textured PI, and then carbon fiber flex plate. I've only tried it with PLA so far. It works okay. I think I still like the PI a little bit more, but something to play with. What else do we have that I haven't put on here? So I have an extra micro switch. I got a bag of gubbins. I got an extra fan. I do have more sleeving. I should sell them as merch items. That would involve me actually getting a bunch of them made. Fabrico made them for me. He sent me a bunch of flex plates as kind of like a gift, I guess, for Christmas, I guess. So I guess they wanted me to put the cables in here and then put them in. I'm going to save this stuff for the... yeah, this is wrappable stuff. Yeah. I'm going to save this for the Micron. Or correction, the V-Minion. What else? And a bunch of the wrong foam. They sent me double-sided foam. You don't need double-sided foam. You need single-sided foam. Yeah, I'm building a V-Minion, DJ. What is gubbins? Miscellaneous things. Random stuff. Give me your printers. No! Something around the 300 by 300 range. One of these in 300 by 300. Or one of those in 300 by 300. Or one of those in 300 by 300. Beyond that, I don't have any other 300 printers that I could recommend. Because I don't have any that I would recommend. I've got one in the other room. I wouldn't recommend it. Well, it works, but they're better. Almost done. Where'd I get the shop apron? Amazon. I don't know exactly which one it is, but I got it on Amazon. Xerox, 13 months, jeez. I gotta make some custom icons. I gotta go hit up Fiverr or something and get proper like icons, and I do have some emojis for chat. Like the gotta go fast and, you know, explosion. I do have some custom emojis, but it's not like, you know, affiliate link. I don't have an Amazon affiliate link. Like the only affiliate links I have are AliExpress, Banggood. There's an E3D one. If you want to get anything from the E3D store, I do have an affiliate link in the description. Matter Hackers. I've had that one for a while. Every now and then somebody buys a spool of plastic. That's about it. It's an Aaron Leather Goods apron. There you go. Basically, this apron, Adam Savage, this was the apron that he wore before he designed his own apron. And I just wanted something to hold like pens and my scale and like other stuff while I'm in here. Prevent like metal chips and grease from getting on my clothes. This is just a wood workbench, nothing fancy. So I'm leaning on it all the time. I didn't want to scuff up my shirts. And I needed something to hold a wireless lav that I could clip to. And it also kind of works with the outfit of the stream, because I now wear plaid and I have a beard, so yeah. Vez is looking for beta testers for a smaller VZ bot. It'd be ideal. Hey, I'm down for it, I guess. I like printer builds. I'm gonna, honestly, going forward, I'm gonna try and do 2 a week. I might even do 3 for a while. I might be going full time. Put it that way. We'll see. Stuff's going on. I might be going full time. Depends how things are going good in the YouTube. This is actually like my only like plaid shirt. I think. When is the Micron build? When it shows up. I'm waiting on it. I gotta start printing parts for it soon. It's supposed to ship, I believe, this week. The employer, they're busy, put it that way. Let's just say the company was bought out by an investment firm a few years back, and morale and many other things have gone completely down the tubes. Many things that were taken away were promised to come back and never have, and there's a lot of frustrated employees. I'm one of them. And eventually you get angry and just kind of, it's not worth it anymore. So we'll see. We'll see. Problem is, it's, you know, a job. So going from having a proper job to, hey, I'm just going to be a YouTuber is not something you just kind of do on a whim. But I will say, I would not be anywhere near being able to be even consider doing that if it wasn't for you guys. The Patreon support, the YouTube membership support, the donations during stream, that does a lot, believe me. Like as a smaller channel in terms of subscribers, I think 27,500 now. Ad revenue is okay, but your guys' direct support makes it, it's the only reason it's even practical to even consider doing it. Yeah, you guys help a lot. So, thank you. Am I gonna do a vlog? I gotta do a room tour and show off the entire studio of this, because this is all I got to work with. So when I clean it all up, I will. Steven, $49.99, going through something similar in my company. If I feel your pain, appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's a lot of companies I think right now are going through the same thing. Matt, $5, appreciate it. Good luck with whatever comes next. And thank you for becoming a member. Popoles? Ooh, I missed another one. Mr. Gear, thank you for becoming a member. John Stern, 50 to support non-dissolvable. Aw, thank you. Appreciate that. Can't gross $10. Can't do much, but we'll try when I can. Appreciate it. Honestly, just being a YouTube member helps a lot. That's why I have that $2 tier. That's why I like YouTube streaming versus Twitch streaming. You could set that. So it's, you know, I think I spend myself like $40 or $50 a month between Patreon and memberships on YouTube's. You know, I have no problem. I'd rather throw $1 or $2 to like 25 people that I like instead of like, you know, $50 to one guy. I'd rather spread out a bunch of, you know, a buck or two here or there. It adds up. I need new benchies. I need to actually get a site set up. I've got the onlybenchies.com and I've yet to actually do anything with it. YouTube has a 30% cut. Yeah, that's another good thing. Twitch is 50-50 until you become a partner, and once you become a partner, you can't stream on any other platform. Plus, the atmosphere is different. Like, one, all my audience is here, right? So even like right now, Saturday night at 11:18 p.m., I've got 300 people. Daytime streams, I get more. Daytime, I think the max I've ever gotten during a stream was 800. So I'm not pulling Joel numbers, but you know, I'm more than happy with that. Honestly, I don't even look at viewers. I don't look at viewer count when I stream. For the longest time, when I streamed, here, I'll show you guys right here. So basically, this camera right here, that monitor, that's OBS, and this is where you guys live. You're on that monitor. But, there, let me bring you guys up. Good, where'd you guys go? Yeah, you guys are on that monitor. So, say hi, chat. There you guys are. Say hi, chat. So anyways, what I would do is I had two monitors like this, okay? Because I got this guy a while ago. This one used to be this one. So I had two 15 inches, and because of the screen resolution, I couldn't see chat. I could only see chat and the stream health. So like the video of the stream itself, I couldn't see like the metrics. So I just got in the habit, I don't look at the viewer numbers. MK, thank you for becoming a member. Andrew, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Self-employment fund, Dominant Fox. €10, appreciate it. But yeah, it's not looking at the numbers, so much better. It's like, I used to smoke, okay? I haven't smoked in 4.5 years now. But one thing I was glad, I never smoked when I drove. Because if you smoke when you drive, every time you're driving, you want to smoke. And you drive a lot. So I'm glad when I started streaming, I never looked at viewer numbers. So now I just never look at viewer numbers. I just go live. As long as chat is active, and you know, we're getting chat and people are talking, I'm okay. Aaron, wrong. Thank you for coming a member. And I'm saying, I do like the fact that I got all the, I sat down the other day, a week or two ago, and I set up the whole stream elements thing with chat and the donations and the pop-ups, customizing it all. I'm still tweaking it a bit, but I think we're at a good spot. Love the tunes. So for the tunes, because people ask every now and then, stream beats. If you do any content creation or like to stream, this is all music. There's different genres. There's a bunch of different playlists. So you got lo-fi, EDM, synthwave, hip-hop, hi-fi. Let's go to hi-fi. But it's all complete, like, royalty free. Like, it's meant for streaming and content. So I use these songs in my movies and my videos, and I don't have to worry about DMCAs at all. It's great. So yeah, it's Harris Heller. So he gets some of my my YouTube membership monies. Tonight, just Slim and Clear, because I don't have any liquor. Yeah, the videos too, like the fact that I'm recording everything now in 4K with a good lens, it helps a lot. And learning how to edit, like I'm still teaching myself how to edit and all the little tips and tricks and whatnot, but it's getting better and better. So wait a minute, this is a flex plate. What am I doing? This is a really big flex plate. It does have good adhesion. I will say it sticks down pretty good. But it's also a 350 by 350, so it's got, So we got a little bit of fuzz. This filament is a little stringy. It's a glitter translucent filament. So it is, stringy. It is what it is. But focus. I don't think I can focus that close. Actually, wait, what am I doing? Oop, I got autofocus. I'll take pictures of it. I'll put it on the Twitters. I'm gonna hit it with a heat gun because the fuzzies are annoying. Actually, I can't hit it with a heat gun. I got nothing to plug the heat gun into. One second. Cupcake Overlord, thank you for coming a member. This is not cheating. Translucent filaments are stringy, so hitting it with a heat gun to get rid of the strings, it's not cheating. It's a common business practice. Common business practice. Bernard, $10. Appreciate it. Best 3DP live streams, no cap. I don't know what that means, but thank you. fysetc stick better than the old way, man. Well, here's the thing. Like, you got to remember, fysetc isn't making PEI. Okay, they're buying it from somewhere and slapping it on a sheet. So as long as they're sourcing good PEI and good adhesive and putting it on a relatively okay spring steel sheet, you're good, right? fysetc isn't making magnets or sourcing magnets. So as long as they're sourcing good stuff, that could say anything on the logo. Any guides for using a TP link? I haven't delved into that stuff yet. Don't burn yourself. Try not to. I have. During the... Oh, God. So worst on-stream injury so far. During the V0 marathon build, I had to trim the USB plug for the controller because where I mounted the Raspberry Pi or the SKR, I can't remember, one or the other, where I stuck it on with the VHB, once you plug the USB in, I couldn't like put the panel on. So I had to trim the housing of the USB plug, and I was using my snips, and I took a chunk out of my finger, okay? If you go back to the stream, you can tell when I did it. And I just super glued it shut and just carried on with the stream, and I don't think anyone noticed. But I took a good chunk out of my finger. That was fun. And then chat gets very quiet at that. Energetic. Yeah, Energetic has kind of fallen off, in my opinion, in terms of PI. How do I clean it? I just wipe it down with ISO, usually. Just paper towel, a little bit of ISO. Some people wash it in soap and water. I just give it a wipe down in ISO every now and then. Try to avoid touching it with your fingers. Like, I've barely touched this, and you could see fingerprint marks from the oil already all over it. Like, it just, try to avoid touching it with your bare hands as much as you can. It depends when you get it. I think it really depends on the batch of the PEI. The PEI flex plate that I had in Tallboy was horrible, but I had an Energetic PEI flex plate in V226 here for a year and a half, not a single issue. I think it really depends on the batch. So. Okay, so let me console. Oh, you guys want height map, right? Calibrate. Calibrate. So the bed is cooling down right now. So you guys want to see the taco bed. Okay, so the bed's cooling down right now, so it's going to be probably a little bit funky. Let me tell the bed to stay at 45 degrees. So we'll do a bed mesh, and we'll just kind of see what it works out to. Sensorless homing on Zed. No. What is PEI used in the real world? There's a few applications. It's a very high temperature plastic. So PEEK. People print in PEEK, PEI. It's part of the phthalic, something like that group of plastics. So I think electronic insulation. Electronic insulator is common. High temperature stuff. It's yeah. Good things from CS-Hide. CS-Hide, over the years, I have splurged on CS-Hide adhesive. Back in the old days before flex plates, I ran a 40 mil, so 40 thousandths of an inch thick slab of PEI on V226. That was directly adhered to the cast aluminum tooling plate. That is what I ran back then. That was what we all ran back in the day. You spent the money on a CS-Hide sheet because that's all you had, and it had to work. No, 40 mil. Okay, here's the fun part. Mil and millimeter are different, okay? In inch, when somebody says mil, they're meaning thou. They're meaning thousands, okay? So like 6 mil poly, okay? When you're doing the vapor barrier in your house, you use 6 mil poly. That's not 6 millimeters thick. It's 6 mil, M-I-L, okay? It's French for was it French million? No, it's French for 1,000 basically. So I use the term thou a lot. That's common in the trade. So 10 thou, 4 thou, 376 thou. That's thousandths of an inch. Saying 6 mil is the same as saying 6 thou, or 6 thousandths of an inch. So when I say 40 mil, it's 40 thousandths of an inch, which is about 1 millimeter. About 40 thou is about 1 mil, roughly. 0.1 mil is 4 thou. So usually you see mil written more. I think from what I've seen, you see mil written more. Okay. Ooh. So there's the height map. So where is 0, 0? So there's my X, and there's my Y. So it heated up, or the bed temperature may have changed. So what do we got on the low point? 0.8 to 0.135. So we got a deviation of about, I don't know. So, yeah, 0.2 mil across the bed. But it was cooling down, so it's hard to say. It wasn't at room temperature. The bed was cooling during all that. So, and the heater was on. So I don't know what that number really means. It's hard to say. So what you can do is once the bed heated up, crack all your screws and tighten them up again, because you originally tightened them with everything cold, and now it ain't cold no more. So if you see your bed bowing up, you may want to crack your screws. Go forward. And then retighten them. That goes down with authority, I will say. Okay, KB3D 15. Thank you, appreciate it. Taco Saturday. Yes, Taco Saturday. Is the bed cast? It's hard to say. They've machined it. Like they've run an end mill around the outside. It's ground. Should be okay, I'm hoping. So what are we at right now? 10, 11:30? Yeah, probably gonna end the stream now. We have a cube. I don't know where I put it. I should probably find it. Where did I put it? Somebody go back and watch the stream. Tell me where I put it. There it is. Okay, so our printer prints. It does things. So let me save config. We're good there. I will take some pictures of it. I'll post it on the tweeters. So make sure you follow me at 3DP Nero. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Ring the bell, hit notifications, comment, like. What else do I need to tell you to do? Like the smash button. If you want to support me, there's links in the description. Hit up MN Laser Cutting. They're the ones who hit me up with the rush plates. The kit is a fysetc kit. They sent me the kit to review and build. Words and opinions are on my own. I've already trashed a few things they've done, so obviously they're not paying to influence me at all. We will do one stream next week with this. So next Saturday we'll do input shaper and pressure advance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to print a bunch this week and like make sure everything's good. I don't have a screw loose or anything, at least in the printer itself. But we'll get it up and running. We'll get it kind of, broken in. And then next week we'll do input shaper tuning, pressure advance tuning, and then we'll just print something on it. So this week, during the week, there will be a stream, hopefully, with starting the build for the Lector.com V0 kit. I'm probably going to try and get through that build relatively quickly. So we'll unbox the kit and just go right into the build and try and bash our way through it pretty quick. It's a V0. You've seen me build a V0. This just has a little bit extra for it. It comes with printed parts. It comes with everything you need, a bunch of extra stuff as well. That kit will be given away. And then we'll have the, coming up, the Micron build, a V2.4 R2. So if you're currently building a V2 and you're watching my crappy first build stream on a Logitech C920, congrats, you're gonna get an HD remaster of that. A V-Minion, Micron, V2.4 R2. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff coming up. So thank you all for your continued support. I want to be able to do this without you. Thank you for supporting the things I do and the content I create. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Peace. Oh, there it is. Bye.